Here is a word problem that you have to write the volume of a box, cardboard box. So we are going to use graphing calculator in this. A cardboard box has a square base with each edge of the base having length x inches. So the base's length is x inches given in the picture too. And there are total 12 edges, and the total 12 edges length is 144 inches. So I'm going to call let h be the height of the box. Okay, so if since there are 12 edges, it's I have like this edge 1 2 3 4 and then 4 on top, so 4 plus 4 8x plus, and I have like 1 2 3 4, like 4 sides, right? 4 times each is given to me as 144 inches. Okay, so from here if I simplify further, like then divide throughout by 4, I'll have 2x plus h is equal to 36, or I can write h as 36 minus 2x. Okay, so mainly I'm writing h in terms of x, so height h is equal to 36 minus 2x. Now the next step is to write the volume. The volume of a box, the formula is volume is equal to the area of the base times height. Now since the base is a square, here, the volume of the area of the base is x times x. So this would be x squared plus the height in terms of x is 36. Sorry, it's times. Okay, 36 minus 2x. So if you distribute this in, you'll get negative 2x cubed plus 36x squared. Or if I can take a common factor of probably 2 and an x out, and it's x squared, I can pull it out, right? So it's an 18 minus x. Either one would be accepted, and I don't know, here we can either leave it like that or you can leave it like this. Okay, now the next step is asking us that what is the domain of this box. Now we know that for this condition, for me to have a box, definitely my x has to be greater than 0, and the next one that should be greater than 0 is my h should be greater than 0. But actually my h is what? 36 minus 2x should be greater than 0. So solve this inequality. Negative 2x is greater than negative 36. Divide both sides by negative 2. X will be less than 18. So what this is telling me is, if I think of my number line, for me to have a cardboard box, my x values has to be between 0 and 18. So if I write an inequality, it's going to be x is between 0 and 18. If I write interval notation, because that's what it's asking for, right? Using interval notation, it's going to be parentheses 0 comma 18, and that's what the answer would be here. Okay, third, we have to graph this. So before I look at the graph that's I'm seeing here, let me go and put this function in here. So I'm going to put 2x squared 18 minus x. I could have done the other one too, which will be the same thing. Now one thing for sure, since I know the domain is between 0 and 18, I can automatically go and change my x minimum to 0 and my x maximum to 18. I'm going to keep the scale 1. Now why minimum also I'm going to keep it 0? Because we are talking about a volume, so just first quadrant would be fine. Now y maximum, I'm just leaving it at 10, and we will, I think we definitely have to change that, but we'll do first graph with what we see here, okay? Okay, so this is very clearly saying that the graph is going up and coming down, so there is a maximum point. So I'm going to change, and let me put zoom fit just to see if I can see at least a portion of the graph, and that's beautiful. So but I still want to push a little bit up, so I'm going to increase my y maximum probably to say 2500. I think that's good. Okay, so or now let me go back and see what I have. Now one of the thing I'm seeing in this graphs is they kept the y maximum to be 2000. So for me to compare this, it would be better to change it to 2000. Therefore I'm changing my y maximum to 2000, so I can compare to the graph that I'm seeing in my paper, right? So okay, so now look at these 4 graphs and think which one do you think would be the best fit. It's the first one. Okay, now last but not the least on this problem, it's asking use the graph to estimate the maximum volume for such box. So we know this, along the x-axis is going my length of the base, right? X value, which is the length of the base, and the y-axis is going my volume. So I know that this is the maximum point, so maximum y value is what it's asking for. Okay, this is not a quadratic function, like it's a cubic one, and I'm going to use my calculator here to find the maximum. So second calc maximum, left bound, right bound, enter, enter again, and this is the maximum value. So the maximum volume is going to be 1728 inches cubed, and it doesn't give me it's not asking the second part of it, but just for your information, I would say that the maximum is occurring, the maximum volume happens when my x value, which is the length of the side, is equal to 12 inches. And we know x is the length of the side in the base.